Hello, everyone, and welcome to this teaching session titled Mastering Safe Shift Handover Using SBAR for Effective Nurse to Nurse Communication. By the way, my name is Nikki Jane H. Villaflores and currently working here in one of the government hospital in Doha, Qatar. And today's session is designed to help you as newly hired nurses strengthen your communication skills during shift changes, a vital part of safe nursing care. Effective handovers are more than just routine. They ensure our patients continue receiving safe and seamless care. Whether you are new to nursing or just new to this workplace, mastering handover communication is critical to protecting your patients and supporting your team. Research shows that miscommunication during shift reports is one of the leading causes of medical errors in healthcare. This is why we use tools like SBAR, a simple but powerful method that organizes what we say, how we say it, and ensures that information we pass is clear, complete, and easy for the next nurse to act on. In this session, we are going to take a closer look at SBAR, not just what it stands for, but how to use it naturally in real life nursing practice. We'll also look at a real example of a patient case involving high blood pressure, and you'll see just how quickly you can give a full, safe, professional handover when you use SBAR properly. Our goal today is to help you feel confident because clear handovers mean safer patients, stronger teams, and better care outcomes for everyone. Before we dive in, I want you to think about this simple idea. Every shift handover is a moment of trust. The team and the patient are trusting you to pass the torch clearly, safely, and professionally. Let's learn and how to do it right. Here are the learning objectives for today's session. By the end of the session, newly hired nurses will be able to define the SBAR communication tool and its role in nursing handovers, explain the importance of structured handovers in patient safety, demonstrate the SBAR format in a shift report, identify communication errors during handover, and apply SBAR in a simulated clinical scenario. Let's begin by understanding what SBAR really is. So why use SBAR? SBAR stands for Situation, Background, Assessment, and Recommendation. It is used as a standardized communication method. It gives nurses a clear framework to pass on critical patient information without missing important details or wasting time, and also enhances clarity and safety during handovers, prevents miscommunication and errors, and support continuity of care between shifts. In busy healthcare settings, communication errors are a major cause of adverse events. Patients are handed over multiple times a day, from nurse to nurse, team to team. Each handover is a vulnerable moment. If important information is missed, the patient could be at risk. ASPAR was created to make communication more standardized, structured, and safe. It originated in the military where communication has to be clear and fast, and it's now widely used in healthcare worldwide. When we use SBAR, we are ensuring that the right information is transferred with nothing critical left out. It saves time, it builds confidence, and most importantly, it protects our patients. Let's go deeper in what each letter in SBAR stands for. So S is for the situation. What is happening now? So it includes the patient's name, the health card number, nationality, age, diagnosis, and current status of the patient. B stands for the background. What is the relevant background? So it includes the history, the medications, or relevant lab reports or results. So A is for the assessment. What do I think the problem is? It includes the vitals, symptoms, or physical exam findings. R is for the recommendation. What needs to be done next? What should the incoming nurse do or watch for. So each step builds on the other, creating a full picture for the next nurse in a logical, efficient way. So this is where you can locate or see the S-bar on a Cerner, in which this is the electronic health record or EHR of the patient. This is the situation, the background, the assessment, and the recommendation. And also we are using a paper-based S-bar, like for example, here, this one, where you can stick here the patient sticker. Then you can write here the situation, the background, the assessment, and recommendations for your patient. Let's walk through a full SBAR example using a real clinical scenario involving hypertension case of Mr. Ahmad. This is Mr. Ahmad Hassan, AC number of 000, 58 years old, male patient, Qatari, admitted this morning for uncontrolled hypertension. His BP is currently 178/96 mmHg. He has a history of mild hypertension, type 2 diabetes, with non-compliant with his medications at home, with no known allergies. The patient is alert and oriented. He reports a mild headache. His heart rate is 88. With stable vitals, temperature is normal, and blood sugar is within normal range. So please continue to monitor his blood pressure every 2 hours, give antihypertensive medicines as prescribed, and notify the physician if the systolic BP more than or above 180, or if any new symptoms occur like chest pain or vision changes. Notice how this example flows naturally and how you can present a lot of relevant clinical information in less than 60 seconds, clearly and effectively, which it leaves no room for confusion. Now let's look at common mistakes you want to avoid during handovers. Rambling or organized information, this can confuse the next nurse. Omitting critical patient details like current symptoms or medication status. No recommendations or unclear plan, which leaves incoming nurse unsure of what's next. Using unfamiliar abbreviations or jargon or personal shorthand which may not be understood. Other disorganized handover can lead to missed care tasks, delayed interventions, and ultimately harm to the patient. That's why SBAR is so powerful. It disciplines our communication into a clear logical flow. Here are few practical tips for delivering a good SBAR handover. Stay focused and concise because SBAR helps keep it short and relevant. Use at least 2 patient identifiers like the full name of the patient and health card number. Confirm that the receiving nurse understands, as if they have any questions. Then, end with an opportunity for questions. Ask, do you have any questions or clarifications? So these tips will help you build confidence and ensure your handovers are always safe and complete. To conclude, remember that SBAR is not just a checklist. It's a safety tool that helps us hand over responsibility clearly, respectfully, and professionally. Every time you use it, you help reduce errors, support your team, and protect your patient. As newly hired nurses, I encourage you to practice SBAR in all your shift reports because practice makes perfect. Over time, it will become a second nature and you'll start noticing the difference in how smoothly your shifts transitions. So thank you so much for watching and engaging in this session on safe shift handovers using SBAR. Let's all commit to making communication a strength in our nursing practice. If you have any questions or want to practice more SBAR scenarios, feel free to reach out and I'd be happy to help. Take care and happy nursing. Thank you, and I'm looking forward to seeing your great works on the floor.